Let me know when we're live.
We're live.
All platforms. What's going on, guys? I'm gonna go over 3 different checks. Each check was different. It's Valentine's Day, so first of all, happy Valentine's to everyone that has a spouse. And if you're single, don't worry, you're gonna find someone soon, right? So today we did 3 deals, 3 closings happened today. Each closing was different. So the first closing was, that I'm gonna go over, is a fix and flip, right? And the second closing was a wholesale deal. And the third deal was a JV deal where we helped another wholesaler close a deal, right? So we're gonna go over everything one by one. So the first one is the fix and flip, $113,000, right? People lie, numbers don't. Real checks, real HUDs from title companies. You know, we closed with Old Republic Title. So this one was $113,000. It's not all profit, right? So I bought the property for $30,000. I put another, it was a light rehab, $20,000 worth of work, and we were in it for around 50, and we sold it for around 120, right? So after all the closing costs, all the expenses, titles, attorney fees, all that stuff, we got the leftover, which was like $60,000 profit, right? 60 and some change. So how do we get this deal, right? There's no inventory on the MLS right now, right? He's like, hey, how are you finding lucrative deals? There's nothing in the market, right? And when there's things on the market, there's so much competition that the experienced people, the good fix and flippers, the ones that have their own crew, they're the ones that grabbing it and fixing it and flipping it, right? So what I do, how I find all my fix and flips is through wholesaling, right? That's the next thing we're going to talk about. Wholesaling is a strategy where you go direct to seller, get the property under a contract, and when the property is too good to be sold, you either do 2 things. If it's too good to be sold, you buy it, you fix it, you flip it, or you buy it, fix it, and hold it, right? And that's how you acquire generational wealth, acquire rentals, right? So this is the next deal, $59,000. I gotta show all the platforms, $59,000. This is from a wholesale deal, right? And this deal was the same type of concept. We bought the deal, we got the deal under a contract, and we wholesaled it, right? We could have took this down, fixed it, and flipped it, and made more money, but sometimes you're so tied up. I have about 6 flips going on right now. So I'm so tied up on capital to where it's like, I'd rather just wholesale it and just get some cash out, right? So sometimes you just do that. So what is wholesaling, right? So fixing and flipping is you buy a property that needs to be restabilized. You buy a property that's not in the best condition. We call them, there's multiple ways. They call them trap houses. They call them junk houses, trash houses, ugly houses. That's a good one right there, right? So we buy ugly houses, a big one. So we find ugly houses, we go in there and we just renovate it, right? New floors, fresh paint, lights, can lights, kitchen cabinets, granite, make sure roof is good. Just make sure everything is new, right? So we can sell it to a first-time home buyer and get the property sold, right? So that's what a fix and flip is. You buy an ugly house, you fix it, you flip it, you make profit. So I made 113 on that one. There we go, 6 figures right here, right? 113. This came in, we just got this one sold. We got like 5 more. They're about to be sold, the next 3 months or so. So the next one was the wholesale, right? The 59,000, right? As you guys know, this deal, this is what wholesaling is. What you do, you get cold callers. There's multiple marketing channels. I went over marketing channels last week. There's SMS, PPC, cold calling, RVM, direct mail. There's multiple things. But this deal came from cold callers, right? So what cold callers do, they call a list of cold lists. They call it, motivated sellers, but it's a cold list, right? So they call the cold list and they find the motivated sellers, so really the ones that really want to sell right now, right? And then what they do, they pass that lead to my closers, my acquisitions. Those are the guys that actually want to sell their property. They get passed down to my closers. My closers do 3 things: build a rapport, negotiate a price that makes sense for both parties, and get it under contract. Once it's under contract, we sell it to an investor and we make whatever's in between, right? So I'll give you an example. Suppose you lock up a property for $100,000 with the seller, you sell it to cash buyer for $120,000. So it's a $20K spread. That's what you keep. But you got to hold account of closing costs, title fees, attorney fees, just all this stuff, right? If there's any judgments or liens or water bills, whatever the case may be, right? So whatever's left over, that's what you keep, right? So in this case, we made 59 on that deal. We made 40 last week as well. So we're doing 6-figure weeks, 6-figure months. It's a blessing. But with the right systems, processes, and people on your team, you guys can do it too, right? So I have like a proven method where it's, find, lock, and exit, right? Those are the 3 things that I do. How do you find a deal the right way, right, with the correct marketing strategies? How do you lock up a deal the correct way? And how do you exit? There's multiple exit strategies, so we go over that. If you guys want to join the Leaf Flippers, make sure you DM me at iHustleBro, and I'll show you guys how that's done. But we're going to go over the last deal, right? This was, don't laugh at me now, guys. It's fine. This one is $700, right? You're like, $700? You were just showing 113,000, 59,000. What's this? What's $700, right? $700 is a JV deal, right? So this deal came in from one of my students. He brought a deal in. We're going to make $10,000 on this deal, right? Me and him, we're going to split it. We do 65-35 split where I make 35%, they make 65%. He brought the deal to us, and, homeowners in distressed situation, and he just wants to walk away, but there's judgments on the property, there's liens on the property. He owes $8,300 on water bills. It's a mess, right? And, I tell him, I'm like, hey, look, it's not all about the money. Sometimes it's about doing the right thing, right? Because at the end of the day, they're God's creation. They're going through a tough time. We all go through tough times sometimes, right? Everybody does. So some might go through a financial tough time. Some might go through, other hardships, right? So homeowner was going through a tough time, and I was like, hey, look, man, we just got to close it out, right? Have him walk away free and clear so he could do bigger and better things. The buyer, we give him our word, get him under contract, have him buy a lucrative deal so he could fix it and flip it and build a relationship. You never know. That buyer, we could do more deals with him. That seller could give us referrals so we can make more money in the future. So that deal, JV, stands for joint venture. That's what we did there. He made a few $1,000. We made a few $100. It is what it is. Small deal there. So yeah, 700 on a JV. If you guys want a JV, if you guys have any deals nationwide, doesn't matter where it is, right? Go to homerunEquity.com, submit the deal to me, and my team will get it sold, right? For top dollar. So we have about 7 million cash buyers nationwide. So DM me, go to my website, and we'll make it happen. So that's 700 for a JV. This one was 59,000 for wholesale, and then we made 113,000 on a fix and flip. So that's what the 3 things were. That's what the 3 checks came from. Wholesale, fix and flip, and JV. So if you guys want to get into real estate wholesaling, real estate investing, fixing and flipping, what I recommend, right? This is what I tell all my students. You can learn from YouTube, you can learn from Instagram, you can learn from social media platforms. But if you want to actually be a part of a community, right? The elite community. I'm building something where I throw events every single month. I get some of the top people, right? Some nation's top closers, well-educated people, people that are crushing it in this business, my attorneys, my GCs, my sales guys, my closers, and I have people flying in from all over to be part of this community, right? So we have about 180 people that are part of this community right now, and we're just growing, right? I have an event coming up February 29th, end of this month. It's a free event. Come network. Come learn from us, and I want to see all you guys there. But if you guys want to be part of a real community, do Tuesday and Thursday. We do twice a week. We do, weekly, bi-weekly, weekly calls every Tuesday and Thursday. We do live closings, all that good stuff, right? We'll go over, innovations. We go over wholesaling, fixing and flipping, all types of stuff, right? So if you guys want to learn, make sure you DM me at iHustleBro, and my team will get back to you with more information so you guys could join the Elite family, and hopefully we could do some business together. Until then, I'm gonna cut it off. But I do want to answer some Q&As. Hey, Face, don't cut the live yet. Let's do Q&As. Let me know what kind of questions they have. Read it in the comments and just let me know. Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Even if you gotta scroll up or something, maybe they asked in the past. I deposit these checks today. Just got. Any questions?
Someone told, can I get one check?
Yeah, you could get one check. You gotta work for it. You know, if you give a man a fish, it's only gonna feed you today, tomorrow. You know, but if I teach you how to fish, then he can eat for a lifetime, right? So, do you want me to just give you a fish, or you want me to teach you how to fish? If you want me to teach you how to fish, you gotta join the elite family, man. I'm telling you, we go over sales tactics, scripts, contracts, pitches, all that good stuff, man. How to fix and flip, how to do wholesaling, you know, all that good stuff. So make sure you DM me so I can make you part of the family.
What do you do if you can't find a buyer?
If you can't find a buyer, well, there's multiple things, right? The deal's not good. If it's a good deal, the property's gonna be sold. Put it on Facebook Marketplace, put it on, Craigslist, go to your local RIA. It's gonna sell, right? But if you can't sell the deal, I have overseas buyers. I have buyers in Dubai. I have buyers in Nigeria that have $500 million liquid. They're looking to buy anything, right? So it has to make sense, though. 85 cents on the dollar, 90 cents on the dollar. It has to make sense. So if you guys have a deal that you can't sell, go to my website, homerunequity.com. That's homerunequity.com, right? Go to my website, submit the deal, and my team will try to help you get it sold, right? Because I have more buyers. So,
one person asked, how can I join?
How can you join? What's your name? What's the name?
Jose Leon.
Jose Leon. Jose, DM me elite, right? DM the word elite, and my team will get back to you, and we'll get you, make you part of the team.
How does the ARV formula work?
ARV formula? Well, people say 75 cents on the dollar, minus the repair cost, all that stuff. That's one way to look at it, right? So suppose the ARV is 100,000 for this example, right? Property's worth 100,000. Property needs about, $30,000 worth of work. So you do 100,000 minus 30,000, right? So that's where we have to be at. And then plus you got to do, how much you want for your wholesale fee, right? 10,000, 20,000, and then that's how you do it. That's one way of doing it, right? But that's not how I do it. That's what the formula is, but that's not what I do. What I do is I look at what properties are selling in the area for, right? If properties 3-bed, 2-bed in Philly are selling for 65,000, 70,000, guess what? That's how much buyers are buying it for. So what I need to do, I need to get it lower than the 65, 70,000. I got to get it for like 45, 50, so I could sell it to the investor for, $60,000, $70,000. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. I don't go over a formula. I look at what's selling in that neighborhood, what cash buyers are buying it for, and that's how much I sell the property for, right? That's how you make your assignment. Anything else, Faze?
They asked, when is your next event?
My next event, February 29th. Links in my bio. It's here in Chicago. There's going to be over 100 people there. And we also do a free giveaway. All right, so if you guys want to enter into my free giveaway, it's free. Just show up. There's a raffle. You put it in there. If you win, you get access to my Elite Flippers course for free. All right, give away one course every single month. You guys come, talk, hang out, come meet me. Let's do some deals together. Anything else?
They're asking, when are you coming back to Arizona?
AZ, let's see. I don't know if you guys know Tino, Shark Tino. Me and him, we're working on something, so I'm gonna come see him. And he has a Lamborghini. It's a beautiful Lamborghini. I'm looking to buy one myself, so mine's coming in pretty soon. So once I do that, me and him, we gotta shoot some content, collab on a few things, working on some business together. So I'll probably be in Arizona sometime in June or July. Who said that?
It's Farhad Atimadi.
Okay, nice. Yeah, read the names of the persons too, see if I know them or not.
What is the lead manager's job in your wholesale business?
Lead managers. Okay, so when the cold callers call and bring the warm lead, right? Cold callers' job is to call all the cold leads and bring the motivated seller, bring the warm leads. Now your acquisition is basically calling those leads. If the acquisition calls and they don't pick up, guess what? Lead manager takes over. So if lead manager follows up with the warm leads, only the warm leads, until he gets them on the phone, gets builds that rapport, and then passes them to the acquisition so they could basically give an offer and get the deal closed, right? Get the property under contract. So that's what the lead managers do. They just follow up on warm leads. Who said that, by the way?
It was Nitin Riachin.
Nice. Anything else? That's it? You sure? There gotta be something. You guys gotta ask some questions. I come on live every single week. Once a week I come on live, spread the word, spread some knowledge. I'm blessed. God's given me an understanding of real estate and how to facilitate conversations with homeowners so I can make checks like these. We did $170,000. So ask some questions. If you don't have questions and you have questions later, make sure you DM me and I could answer questions then. What's up?
How do you run comps?
How do I run comps? I just went over this. For comps, I look at what property you're selling for in the area, right? So I'll give you an example. If a property in Chicago, right, is selling for, property selling for $200,000, fully fixed up, right? So I know property selling for $200,000. That's what ARV is. But how much are cash buyers buying a light rehab property for? They're probably buying it for 120, 130, right? So they could put another 20, 30 and make $50,000 on the spread. So what I do is, okay, I know cash buyers are buying it for 100, 120. I just got to be a little bit lower than that so I could sell it to that investor so he could do the fix and flip. We're wholesalers, right? As a wholesaler, you're just trying to make whatever's in the middle. Just a small spread, 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000, right? But the main person that is going to fix it and flip it, he needs to make a spread as well. So that's how I run comps. Whatever's selling it for the area, whatever's selling in that in that certain neighborhood, I know I could sell it for that much to that same buyer or buyers that in the same network, but it has to be just a little bit lower. So if people are buying for 120, 130, I got to get it for like 110, 100, 90. So I know I could sell it to one of those guys and have enough to where I could get a spread and they can make a spread. That's how I run comps.
Is cold calling your only marketing strategy?
Cold calling is my main one. I'll tell you why. It's a direct way of marketing, right? If someone's calling you right now, guess what? You're gonna hang up on this live and you're gonna pick up that call, right? Like, hey, who is this, right? So you never know. It might be business, it might be personal, it might be whatever, family, whatever the case may be, right? When your phone rings, it's money. For me, it's like it's money calling, right? So it's like same with everybody, right? When the phone rings, it's something's going on. So direct way of marketing is the best strategy. So I have 30 cold callers that call. Cold leads I would do anywhere from like 200,000 calls a week, right? 200, I think we ramped it up to 400,000. I think I did last week, we did like 350. This week we're doing 400,000 calls. We're calling 400,000 people every single week, right? So now we call these people, we have warm leads coming in. We have about, for AK callers, and these guys are all trained. If you want a cold caller that's trained, you need to go to AK callers. So that's like my main marketing channel. I do a little PPC, do a little direct mail, but I'll be honest with you, it's not even. That's because we're spending $30,000, $40,000 a month to where okay, spend 5 here, let's spend 5 here. But my main channel is cold calling. That's like that's where I see the most results. That's where this checks I was showing you earlier. Maybe you missed it, you gotta rewatch it. The reason we got these checks is from cold calling, right? Cold calling. Let me see. Cold calling. Well, look at that. $170,000 a week. We had 113, 60, and then a little 700. So I'm telling you, these are all cold call leads, and these are all trained cold callers that bring warm leads, and our team locks it up. So yeah, cold calling is the best way to go. And if you want to use my callers, people that cold callers that I train them because I know they work. I use them myself. And all my students use them. I have over 400 employees, so I'm telling you. There's a reason I have 400 employees. The reason why people get results is because, I know I have 6 years experience in this business, and I kind of have the formula to where it's like I know what to ask a homeowner to get them, you know, to reel them in. So if you guys want to use my callers, go to akcallers.com, and they're only like $5 an hour for one caller. If you get 2 or more callers, it's $4 an hour. Give it a try for a week, for a month. You got nothing to lose. You got so much to gain. You get one contract. You guys get one contract. It's game changers, life changing. $10, $20, $30,000. You know? So I'm telling you, be optimistic. You guys see me. I'm not, you know, I'm not faking anything. You see real checks. You see me going to title companies. You see me wearing Rolexes and driving Porsches. It's not, you know, it's not a scam. It's not, wholesaling is not a scam. You know, it's like you got to just be consistent. That's it. And anything that you do, if you want to become a barber, you're not going to be the best barber when you start today. You're going to be a good barber and know how to fade when you're actually consistent, right? When you're doing 100 cuts, 200 cuts, 300 cuts. So that's what it comes down to, right? You got to be consistent in this business. And I'm telling you, the most millionaires are made in real estate. I'm going to leave it at that, right? So appreciate you guys for joining. See you next week. Until then, thank you.
What time do you go live?
What time do we go live? 5 p.m. every Wednesday. 5 p.m. every Wednesday. See you next week. Appreciate you guys.